thanks to FSI, who's a sponsor here as well.
Absolutely.
So
it's good to see Brian again.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I'm glad he's back. So Bryant works for TRIMEDX too.
We're
He
happy
does?
to see Bryant.
Yes.
Look, there's new people in our
Here we
booth.
go. There's more people that came to visit us right now. So I guess that's a great segue. We have another sponsor here, TRIMEDX, and we do a lot of work with you all. So do you want to introduce yourselves before we get started?
Sure, Rob, do you want to start? Okay. My name's Courtney Kinkade. Danielle and I have known each other for quite some time, but I'm our Vice President of Organizational Learning and Workforce Strategy. I have the privilege of being the fun side of HR is what I like to liken it to or equate it to. We get to build a sustainable future for TRIMEDX and continue to innovate in a really unique way.
Fantastic.
I'm Rob Moorey. I'm the president for the Clinical Engineering Services. So very glad to be here. Been an AAMI member for a very long time.
Good to see you
Big
again.
supporter.
Yes.
Yeah. Good
There's
to see
that radio voice. Good
There
job,
we go.
Rob.
And Rob and I have known each other for a long time as well. So
We have, yeah.
Tell me about TRIMEDX. That was awful.
So you say you're the president of clinical engineering. Do you want to explain what that encompasses at TRIMEDX? So for people that are listening, that they may not really understand how TRIMEDX is broken out. I know you have a lot of service lines and verticals.
Sure. I've been with TRIMEDX now about 12 years. And in that 12 years, we've been very fortunate to see a lot of growth. We started historically out of a biomed shop at 86th Street in St. Vincent's in Indianapolis. Somebody had some foresight. They had a plan and a vision, and here we are 20 plus years later. We're fortunate enough to have more than one service line, so we focus around clinical engineering, cybersecurity, and clinical asset management. So there's two other peers, presidents in the group, and I'm responsible for what is our traditional program. Responsible for all the biomedical imaging and lab service in a hospital.
Fantastic.
Perfect. And Courtney, you want to kind of talk, you kind of talked about what you did, but I think one of the things that I've loved about TRIMEDX since, we've kind of made this relationship between AAMI and TRIMEDX is your passion for developing a strong pipeline and really setting the bar forward for the next generation. And I think that was very apparent in the sense that TRIMEDX sponsored the High School Discovery Day yesterday. We're so appreciative that you guys did that. For people who weren't there, Rob kicked it off with a beautiful keynote talking about how he found the field. And it was just really endearing. And I think it really resonated with the students really, really well. But let's talk about your internal development plans. You have a lot of different educational and growth opportunities within TRIMEDX, and one of them being AAMI's BMET Apprenticeship that you guys partnered with us on. Yep. And so, Courtney, you want to talk a little bit about it and why you decided to partner, well, why not you personally, but why TRIMEDX decided to partner with AAMI to really go on this journey together?
Yeah, I'd love to. And as I look at the clock, I could probably easily fill 7 minutes in just this talk.
We
so I'll try
ignore
not
that
to.
completely.
So
That's
Robert and I have gone over with
suggestion.
every guest today, so it's okay. Yeah. It's roughly 7 minutes.
I love it. Well, the beauty of our industry is so many people, once they're in the industry, they're so passionate about it. Mm-hmm. And, like any good thing, we want to share it, right, when we find it. So it's a gem. Mm-hmm. Much of, I think, our leadership team, as well as most of our biomed staff, just have such a passion and energy, So when you started, the conversation about potential apprenticeship programs or cohort programs or what that could look like, I think we were pretty quick in the discussion around what that would look like at TRIMEDX, right? And then as soon as the adoption model was shared, we thought, no brainer. And then we quickly had conversation about investment. Rob had no issue, right?
No
issue.
No. Jumped all over it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, like every program, education is wildly important, but in order for it to be successful in the TRIMEDX infrastructure, we really focus on capability and advancement enhancement. And mentorship and community building. So that's been other elements or spokes in the wheel that we've kind of added our own specific flavor to in the program.
And when you talk about investment, I feel like there's a big misconception about the apprenticeship because people think it's really expensive. So I just kind of want to talk through that piece a little bit because I hope that others will want to join. We have a lot of other big, some of your competitors are also members of it and some smaller independent service organizations and standalone hospitals. But I have over 3,000 people who want to do the program that have signed up and not enough employer partners to place them all at. And, we often hear that there's no pipeline. Well, AAMI has a pipeline of people. Right. We just need to invest in this program. So, maybe we can kind of talk through how it works a little bit together, but there's no cost to partner with AAMI. And the really only costs are the cost of the salary of the apprentice, which you all set. And typically that's below an entry BMET 1 because they're not a BMET 1 yet, right? It's And then there's related instruction that we set up, which includes 3 certifications. So they're getting industry recognized credentials. So they start year 1 with their CAB-T. They get their IT fundamentals certification, which they rebranded to call something new.
ITF Plus.
ITF Plus. And then they they have to take and attempt the CBET.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't pass, we still let them go forward because we don't want to. Yes. Yeah, but for people who are saying, well, that's too much for an apprentice, I just want to say, we want them to try. And we've had over a 90% pass rate of our apprentices,
Yep.
That's
which
awesome.
is way higher than the general population.
Yes. Yep.
So it shows that we're setting these people up. So
Yep.
that related instruction is about $1,500 a year, or under $3,000 total for the 2 years.
Yep.
So, and you don't have to pay benefits. You can choose to hire them as temps. So it's not really as big of an expense as people think. So do you
No.
kind of want to speak to it about how it's set up?
Sure, and I think the cost too of all of the related instruction in order to
Yeah.
equip them or propel them into the
Yes.
future. You've already talked to Monty, right? I was watching him on the big screen. He's a
Yes.
fantastic partner of ours.
Yes, ours too.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of his instruction is foundational in equipping many who are wanting to join the industry. Our program also, though, I wanted to make sure I highlighted, it doesn't necessarily appeal only to those just starting their career. We're also incredibly passionate about pulling other people into the industry, and this is a fantastic program, right? You've built a fantastic program to do that. And all of the industry partners are just absolutely wonderful about packaging sensical training,
Yes.
affordable sensical training.
Yes, even Fluke Biomedical that was just in the booth.
Yep.
They do all of their training online for free. They can get their first 30 hours for free. That takes the whole
Yeah.
first year.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit more about your other programs internally, because I was at the New England TRIMEDX Techs Expo and I got to sit in on the education part and how you guys set people up for certification. So you have like your pathways from durable medical technician to BMET. You want to talk a little bit about all those other internal pathways for people who apprenticeship may not be for them?
Yeah, we're very proud of the work we've done. It's taken us a number of years to really identify those verticals, those ladders. And we know that creating places for people to enter the industry and allow them to mature is the best way for us to develop our talent. So as I mentioned, we have a couple of vertical lines. In our clinical asset management, we have a number of associates that work in our medical equipment, mobile medical equipment program. Those individuals created an interesting pipeline for us too, because they are familiar with the devices, they're in the healthcare setting, they understand healthcare, and many of them are looking for career paths. So there's an opportunity for us to take those individuals, provide them with a career path, and create a pipeline for us. We have also the Tech Plus One program, which we've actually done for...
That's been around even when I was in school, you guys
Yeah.
were recruiting people for that.
I think it's
So-
almost
Long
15
time.
years.
Yeah.
And one of the things that TRIMEDX has always done very well is we always look at adjacencies. I remember, maybe 10 years ago, we had a number of folks in the Detroit market due to the auto industry and some of the challenges they were going through. A lot of good talent came onto the market. We saw that as an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Let's take them, bring them in, put them on a development path. So we're looking for those opportunities where one industry might be reducing in size. There is good tenured individuals, very technically competent. We can give them a little education and training on what it means to be an HTM, and then we've had many of those associates still with us today.
Yep.
I think the career changers are some of the best. You know, I think over the years, I remember I hired an AV person once that did AV at churches, but they were so good with customer service and
Yes.
tinkering that,
Yes.
they really make good technicians. And I think having these, not everyone is able to go to school, right?
Right.
And maybe at any part of their life,
Yep.
depending upon where they come from and economic opportunities, that may just not be, and especially if you're like mid-career and you have a family, it just may not be an option for you. So now these programs give you options to come into a very viable field that you can have a long, lucrative, and rewarding career.
I'm so glad you said that, because a pillar of our program construction is related to allowing opportunity in a diverse way. And a large part of that, of course, is how do we deploy a training that all can take advantage of?
Yes.
So we partnered in kind of consulting in the Imaging Academy that Monty mentioned earlier. And the deployment model for that was, we had industry partners, we had fantastic partners, but the catch was they had to travel to train. And many are just in unique situations, and we just can't we can't commit the weeks to that. So this program is beautiful to appeal to anyone and everyone, right? We're removing barriers, we're enabling opportunity. It's just wonderful.
And even for your own accounts, sending people away for 2 weeks at a time can be
Oh,
detrimental.
goodness.
If you have a 1 or 2 person account, that's
Right.
50% of your workforce that you're sending away.
Right, but we don't want to limit, right?
Yeah,
Right,
you don't
it
want
does.
to.
It
You want to say you
limits.
can't go to training because you happen to be at this account. So I mean, it's just so
Absolutely.
amazing and how innovative you guys are. I really love all your programs, and I love you guys also set folks up for certification. Do you
We do.
want to mention a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we also launched it within the last year, our TRIMEDX Trained Certificate Program, which we partnered with you in the construction, but that's also appealing to those entering the industry, and it's like the gold standard I like to equate it to. If you're joining the industry, we're telling you what success looks like. We bored him. He left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
we I hope so. I don't know. We're showing what success looks like, and then if they follow that model, it's fantastic. And part of that, of course, is the CABT certificate program. And then we also offer a training program, as you know, through TRIMEDX to prepare all of our associates who are willing and able and interested and qualified to sit and pass the CBET. One thing, I know we're over on time, but I wanted to make sure we mentioned the other side of our industry, right? Those who are incredibly skilled and just have significant amount of knowledge. We've just launched our TRIMEDX Elite Technician program. So
very excited
Oh,
about
Soup,
this.
explain a little bit. I'd love to hear about that. We have a couple minutes if you'd like to explain it.
So in all of my time in HTM, if you go to any shop, there's always a guy. That guy
Yes.
who's constantly mentoring the other guys,
Yes.
showing them how to do things. They get more satisfaction out of helping other people be successful than just doing the work and being successful on their own.
Yep.
We know that those people are the backbones of our organization.
Yes.
That if they leave, we're going to be considerably weaker as an organization. And so we want to recognize individuals. So we've created this elite technician program to identify those folks. We're going to make sure that they get the recognition they rightly deserve, right?
Have earned.
Right? And then we're going to try and leverage the fact that they're natural coaches and mentors and try to facilitate that.
And that warms my heart because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those people. When I was a intern at UConn and I just came in green, all the people that took me under their wing to train me, I am forever grateful for all of them when I see them again because they took the time to invest in me and taught me. So those people are so important, and I think their impact is beyond measure because, to me, I'm probably just another intern that went through, but to them, I'm just another intern. But to me, I'm indebted to them,
Right.
and I'm just so grateful.
There's one word that's motivated me more than anything else in my career, and that's the word legacy. And that's the thing. Every day I get out of bed, I ask myself, how am I building my legacy? And these individuals build their legacy through other people. When they're gone, the effects of what they do in HTM will long outlast them.
Well
Yes.
said. Well said.
Well, what a great way to end this.
Absolutely.
I mean,
You
so-
guys just ripped.
I know.
You, just
You didn't get a
ripped.
word
I know,
in.
and we forgot you were here.
No, you know what?
Until
though?
your absence was felt.
Yeah, we
did
all
know.
got
see,
really
that
worried.
was TV magic. No one knows I left.
No,
We did
But now
we
they
all
do.
paused.
You did?
Show
You all
didn't go
paused?
on.
No, it
Yeah,
didn't.
that was
My
a bad
allergies
TV show.
kicked in. I'm sorry. Oh, it's just allergies just finally. I don't know
Like
if it wore
concerningly
off or
said,
what.
is he okay?
Okay.
But no,
Yeah.
I'm fine now. And I love this because obviously I come from outside the field and have been at AAMI about 6.5 years. But the passion that you all have about this, when I can just sit and watch that passion flowing back and forth, and we had meetings this morning about other things.
Yeah.
It's just nonstop. It's unbelievable. And really, Amy's role is to be a facilitator and a supporter. And I view my role. You talk about your legacy. My role is to be a facilitator and a supporter of all the things you all want to do. So it's really kind of fun to just sit here and
Yes.
listen.
It is.
That was my favorite segment so far.
Really? Well, when you talk about
I didn't say a
legacy,
word.
too, I mean, I just want to say with him, I never saw myself ever doing this, and he made me do it,
You're a
and now
star.
he pushed me to do it. So it's kind of like you brought out a side of me that I never thought I
And
could
there was
do
talk
too.
of getting rid of me today, and now I just had an entire segment. I said nothing, and now I see that's
The
the
writing
path.
on the wall.
Okay,
Yes,
very
yes.
good.
But we didn't do a good job because normally the
No.
show must go on, and we all just
Yeah.
deer in headlights.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we need to
All
practice that
we
for
get,
next
you
time.
You do. If I just run out of the booth at any time, just keep going. So, but no.
That
Please.
topic that you're talking about, somebody pushing you to do something.
Yes.
Neil and I, our new CEO, were talking earlier today, and I said to him then, I said, it's interesting. There's always one person who pushes you to do something before you
Right.
know you can do it.
Agreed.
Before you do it, you don't know. You think you may be able to. You may fear that you can't do it, but you don't know until you've at least done it once.
Right.
And so to your point, having Rob push you exposed that you do have a skill set you may have never known about.
Well, obviously, he wouldn't have
Absolutely.
asked me to do it if he thought I was going to be a train wreck. So, I mean, I feel like he saw something in me that I didn't see in
It's true.
myself. So I'm really happy that you did that. So thank
Everyone
you.
loves being with you, communicating with you, sharing with you. And like I said, just seeing the passion flow around these topics, that it didn't take a lot of insight to figure out this is perfect. So I'm glad you went on this little adventure. Very good at it.
We had a
And I'm
blast.
delighted to be working
We're
with
glad
you
you're
all.
here as
and
our guests.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Thank you for the
guys have been
invite.
such a great long-term partner to Amy.
And likewise.
everything we do here,
likewise.
everything we do out in the field. And we had a great conversation
We
this
did.
morning about doing more things together. And I think
now I'm
that's
having
going to yield a
FOMO.
lot of fruit.
What's
Well,
that?
I have FOMO of missing the conversation.
Oh, we'll catch you up. Don't
We'll
worry.
catch up.
Don't worry. We'll catch you up. So, anything else you want to cover?
No, I think we're good. I think we're way over time.
Are
so
we?
we
Well,
probably
that's
Hold on.
okay.
Thank
booth
you very
number,
much.
You can't miss us, but booth 2801.
yes.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right. We've
yeah.
been asking booth
I
numbers
know.
of
I heard you
everyone.
out
It's
there.
like a
I
quiz.
know.
Yeah.
Also, go Pacers.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, there
Just
we
saying.
go. All right.
Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
guys for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We really appreciate it. Be well. Are we done?
I think that's it. They're our
We're
last
not going
guests
back
of the
to
day.
anything?
I don't think there's anyone else to talk to
All right,
right
well, I'm
now.
gonna
We've
go
talked
take
to
an
everyone
allergy
that
pill
we
then.
can.
I'm going to go take an allergy pill. Great job, Danielle.
Great job to you too.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. That was